The Godfather is a classic tale of the power, strategy, and betrayal, and is heavily influenced by principles that are found in the Art of War by Sun Tzu. So let's break down how the art of war is applied in the iconic story. I'm going to go through 7 easy steps for you to understand a lot more better. What I'd recommend you to do is always go back to these steps if you're unsure. Also stamp them as well so you can skip to the one that's relevant to you. The Art of War, the book is very complicated. I find it very difficult to understand and go through. That's why I broke it down into steps, and it's more of a complex the way the format it is as well, and that's why I've made these 7 examples for you to understand a bit more clearer. So once you've watched this video, you'll probably get a better of understanding how to implement the Art of War strategies. So the first strategy is know your enemy and know yourself. In the Art of War, Sun Tzu emphasizes the importance of knowing both your enemy and yourself. Similarly, in The Godfather, Don Vito Corleone understands the strengths, weaknesses, and motivations of his rivals, as well as those of his own family. This knowledge allows him basically to anticipate the moves and the plans of his strategies accordingly. Let me give you an example. In the meeting of the heads of the 5 families after Sonny's death, Vito understood whom his real enemies were. He understood that Don Philip D'Italia was a puppet for Don Barzini, so any moves or plots were coming from Don Barzini. The importance of strategy. Sun Tzu stresses the importance of strategy in warfare, and the Corleone family applies this principle in their dealings with the rival mafia family and other adversary. Whether it's negotiating deals or making alliances or exacting revenge, the Corleone family always have a careful thought out plan. Michael plots to assassinate the heads of the 5 family and enlists his father as consigliere rather than Tom Hagen, which is a very smart move. Next is adaptability. Sun Tzu emphasizes the need to adapt to changing circumstances on the battlefield. Similarly, the Corleones demonstrate the ability to adapt to new challenges and threats, whether it's dealing with a rival's betrayal or navigating changing alliances. They remain flexible and resourceful. An example of this is again Michael in his decisions to eliminate key figures in the rival families, including the heads of the D'Italia and Barzini family. This showcases the Corleone's ability to change his circumstances and effectively neutralizing their enemies. Exploiting weaknesses. Sun Tzu advises exploiting weaknesses of your enemy to gain an advantage. Throughout The Godfather, we see the Corleones exploiting the vulnerabilities of their rivals, whether it's through blackmail, manipulation, or violence. For example, they discover that movie producer Jack Waltz has a deep attachment to his prized racehorse. In response to Waltz's refusal to cast Don Corleone's godson Johnny Fontaine in a film role, the Corleones exploit Fontaine's attachment to the horse by having it gruesomely killed and placed in his bed. This act of intimidation forces Waltz to comply with their demands. The value of information. Sun Tzu emphasizes the importance of gathering intelligence and using it to your advantage. In The Godfather, information is a valuable currency, and the Corleones are adept at gathering secrets and using them to manipulate their enemies and protect interest. For instance, when they learn about an assassination plot against Don Vito Corleone, they are able to preemptively strike back and showcase how crucial information is for survival and dominance in the criminal underworld. Unity and discipline. Sun Tzu stresses the importance of unity and discipline amongst troops. Similarly, the Corleones maintain a strong sense of loyalty and discipline within their own family, which allows them to work together and effectively protect a unified front to their enemies. For example, after Sonny Corleone is assassinated, Don Vito Corleone ensures that the family remain united and disciplined in their response. Despite the grief and anger over Sonny's death, the family follows Don's leadership without question, demonstrating their loyalty and discipline. They coordinate their efforts to retaliate against their enemies, showing a unified front that reinforces strength and power in the criminal underworld. Unity and discipline ultimately enables the Corleones to weather the storm and maintain their position of influence. Winning without fighting. This is a very crucial one as well. Sonny argues that the highest form of warfare is to win without fighting. In The Godfather, we see Corleones using their influence, connections, and strategic maneuvering to achieve their goals without resorting to open conflict whenever possible. An example of winning without fighting in The Godfather is when Don Vito Corleone secures favors and alliances through negotiation and manipulation rather than resorting to direct conflict. For instance, he resolves conflicts between rival families by making strategic deals and offering compromises, thus avoiding unnecessary bloodshed and maintaining his power without engaging in overt warfare. Vito settles peace between the heads of the 5 families, thus also securing the safety of Michael. Overall, The Godfather masterfully applies the principle of the art of war in the world of organized crime, showcasing how strategy, cunning, and adaptability can be just as crucial on the streets as they are in the battlefield. So there you are, guys, my 7 tips from the art of war applied in The Godfather. Let us know your thoughts below. If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell notification, and if there's anything else you'd like me to put out, then again, leave a comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.